Sorry about that, guys. Sorry. We are back. We were having some difficulties. I was having some difficulties. So we're back. And oh, good. I think I have this right now. So I am inviting you guys once again to please share the live with your friends and your family as we get back into having this discussion with you. Idris is going to be joining me back pretty soon. So come in and share the live once again. Okay. So we're hoping that Idris joins us. We want to talk about the situation, immigration, and everything that's happening in our community, especially for those who are living here in the U.S. You know, so text on this. Okay, good. Idris is joining us.
Back.
Idris, you have your camera on?
Yeah, my camera is on. I don't know
Okay.
what's going on, but my
Well,
camera
let's.
is on.
All right. Don't. It doesn't matter. Let's just still do this because the most important thing is that the message gets out there. We want to hear what persons have to say concerning, you know, this whole situation, how they feel. Oh boy, because we just would have lost Idris again. All right, she's gonna come back. All right. Okay, good. Yeah, I think I'm seeing her here too. All right, so I'm gonna send her back, and I'm gonna send her back a request so she can be able to come back. But yeah, so we want to talk about what's going on in our community. Of course, we were talking about the situation, the immigration situations, and everything that's been happening online or happening in, every time you turn on the television, there's something, something that's happening, and every day something is being added to what's happening, out there. So we're inviting you to come and have a discussion. Persons are worried, they're concerned about, okay, what's gonna happen, so. All right, Idris, so see if I can. Let me see if I can. You can send me requests again, Idris. Or come out and come back in. Swipe out and swipe back in. So in that way, I'm going to be able to I'm going to get you to come and be a part, and you can be able to join. All right, so let's do this. Let me see if I can able to get you. We need. Okay, good. I'm sending you an invite right now. Sending you an invite. Yes, guys. So let's talk. Let's get into this discussion. I want to say a big shout out to all those who are joining us. I'm seeing Maxine, who's just joined us also. Emax, I'm asking you to please share this live so that we can able to get into the discussion about beyond borders. Beyond borders, the ripple effects of immigration policies and families and finances. So let's talk about that. Let's get into that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about, because I know a lot of persons out there are worried, they're concerned. Of course, some persons are, oh, hi, Deborah. We see, so we have Deborah Ferreira, sorry. We have, of course, I see Maxine. I'm asking you guys to please share this live because we want to have this discussion. And guys, once again, the Gigi Show is going to be back. We're going to be coming back in full effect with all of our topics and our send another request. Okay, baby. Thank you, Max. Maxine, how are you doing, sweetheart? I think you just I'm not okay. Let me see if I look for you. ED. Okay, good. I'm adding you. All right. Ugh. Um, Idris, I think you may have to come out and come back in again. And let me get this discussion going. Okay. Thank you so much, Deborah, for liking the Gigi Show page. Invite someone to come in. Okay, we realize that it's going up. We're gonna hold on a little bit more and see who we can able to have to come and join us. Couldn't add guests. The person was unable to join. Idris, come out and come back in. Swipe out and swipe and come back in. I know we're running going every minute. But I really want you guys to let's have this discussion tonight and all what's happening. Every day you turn on the news, there's something new added. So, and the thing about it, as you know, we're saying that this is not only affecting persons who are undocumented, but persons who are documented too. So let's get into this. Okay, good. Let me send it. Let me see if I can. Mm-mm. Did you swipe out and swipe back and come back in interest? All right, I'm inviting you back. Okay, good. I just invited you. All right, let's get it going. Good. So you're here.
Yes, I'm here. I don't know what's going on with this live. They don't want me here. But
No, want you here. So
yeah, we
we
need
want
to
to make
have.
yeah, we really want to say a big shout out to all those who are joining us here, and we're inviting them to please share this live to their pages, so that other persons can able to come in and
Yeah.
join us. So you
share
started having a
share the
discussion
live,
earlier.
share the live, guys, because
Yes, once you
like I was
share it,
saying, we all thought, well, with all of the changes and everything that was happening, we would all be unaffected because yeah, hey, yeah, I'm a US citizen. um Nothing the administration does is gonna bother me. No, I'm fine, I'm good, my kids are good. But then you start to find that the prices for everything starts to go up in the supermarket. My son James love eggs. I went to Walmart. I paid $27. You gotta say $28 for a carton of eggs that I used to usually pay $5 and something cents for.
how much you used to pay for it?
Five something. A carton of eggs with 60. And then it went up to like eight something in Walmart. And now that same carton of eggs is $28. So the whole it's affecting everybody. Good night, Drayton. Hey, Maxine.
Go
Hey,
ahead,
Debbie. Thank you
Drayton.
guys for joining. The whole it's a ripple effect. It's a ripple effect
Yeah,
because
yes,
now the
it is.
cost of living has gone sky high. People are losing their jobs. Companies are laying off, especially nonprofits, because they can't afford to pay their staff because the grants have been cut. And most nonprofits are funded on grants. So now
Right.
companies have to lay off their workers because they can't afford. I know Drayton, I can go buy two hen
Drayton
and
is
bring
on
it to
it.
this house. Two hen and a cock and bring them in here because I can go get my own eggs, you know. But I'm saying, like,
Yes,
companies have started laying off staff. What about all those people that were sent home from those different agencies? It's really
exactly.
a ripple effect that is
And that is
affecting
why we're saying
homes.
also, and
For
that is
those
why
of
we're
us
saying
who
it's not
felt
only
like we
affecting.
would not be affected because, oh, yeah, I'm a US citizen, this is not going to touch me. It sure is touching
Mhm.
us. I work for a nonprofit. I work for a nonprofit. And at this point, I am not even sure how much longer I'll have a job for. I am not sure how much longer I'll have a job for because if they don't get the grants, then I'm unemployed
Yes,
because
exactly.
they would not be able to pay
And
my salary.
and they're cutting out so many things right now.
It is a ripple effect, and it's affecting even those of us who felt we would not have been affected by the whole Trump administration and the cutoffs and the shutdowns and the everything. Oh no, I'm not illegal. I in this country. I straight. I'm a U.S. citizen, so I ain't got to worry about nothing. My son free to go to school. I ain't got to worry about ice running in the school. But no, 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 no. Now I have to worry how I'm gonna feed that child. Now I have to worry how I'm gonna keep a roof
Yeah.
over that child's head. I gotta. It's so much I have to now worry about. Hey, cousin Lois, I see you. You know, there is so much that I now have to worry about, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot. And that is what I was saying. I was telling someone the other day is that what we got to start doing, just eventually it's gonna start affecting. Eventually, it's gonna start affecting persons who are out of Guyana also, because what about families who depend on their own families here for help and support, and how are
I
they gonna
see
help this?
Drayton is asking a question. He said, how has the rising cost of living affected middle and low income families in the US? I can tell you it has affected me greatly. It, it has
Mm-hmm.
affected me
Mm-hmm.
greatly because
Yeah.
the prices for everything has gone up. Everything, the prices for everything has gone up.
Yeah.
Milk has gone up. Rice price went up.
Everything.
Everything went
Everything.
up. Everything
Everything come
went
up.
up. The price for
Yes.
chicken went up.
Yes.
Everything, the prices for everything has gone
Everything.
up. So it is affecting me because when I could have gone to the supermarket and spent $100 for groceries for 2 weeks, I can't do that no more if I'm paying 27, $28 for a carton of eggs. How am I doing that now? You know, because $100, yeah, fruits, vegetables, everything gone up, Deborah,
Everything.
everything.
Listen. Listen. I usually get my greens, my vegetables. A little bowl like this come up to like $6 and something cents, which and I used to pay a bundle bowl like this is like about six something, like say a pound bowl. Now you cannot afford to buy certain vegetables. You can't afford to buy certain vegetables. So it's everything went up. Look, I went to do shopping yesterday. Sometimes I would, well, I usually shop from Whole Foods, but at this point in time, you know, Whole Foods very expensive. When you go to Whole Foods and you spend, let's say you spend $200, you get 200, you spend $200 and you only get some stuff that worth $100. So it's really, really affecting a lot of people. It is really, listen, from the 21st of January to now, you would have seen some drastic change and changes in people's lives. People are
Drastic,
becoming more
drastic,
frustrated. They're traveling on the
drastic.
train. You could see the stress on people's faces. You're traveling on the buses. You see, you walk in the street. People are frustrated. They are tired already. But this is a very long road. It's not going to be forever. But I'm encouraging persons to hang in there. Idris,
You know, but the question is, how do we deal with it?
how
How
do we
do
deal
we
with it?
deal with it? I mean, if I lose my job, God forbid, I can go on unemployment, but how long am
Oh,
I going to be able to be on unemployment for? Is
yeah.
unemployment going to be able to cover all of my expenses that my salary would have been
But
able to
Idris, a lot of
cover?
businesses are, a lot of businesses are losing, they're losing customers because, look, like take for instance this one restaurant I know in Queens. They, they, most of the persons that were working with them are persons who are undocumented. They had to close the restaurant. They had to close it, excuse me. Go ahead, Idris.
Yeah, I mean, there are so many businesses that have closed. You know, I go to my regular supermarket that I'm not much of an in-store shopper, but then there are some things that I would have to go to the grocery store for. I prefer to order my stuff. I don't like stores, but I would go to this supermarket called Extra Supermarket, and I went in there, and there are two tellers now, two cashiers, two
Wow.
cashiers, and the supermarket was so empty. I could have just walked around, pick up my stuff, and walk straight up to the cashier, which was never possible. The lines used to be so long. The
Whoa.
lines used to
Two
be so
tellers.
long. Two tellers in a supermarket that
Oh,
usually have like 10 or
super fresh.
12
Super fresh is
cashiers.
that the supermarket you put up
No,
that
Extra
night, right?
Supermarket. This supermarket usually have like 12 cashiers. There were two. and the supermarket was so empty, I was able to walk in, walk around, pick up my stuff, and walk right up to a cashier and not have to join a queue, which was the usual trend. You got to stand in line for 10, 15 minutes before you can cash out, you know. So
So,
it's
so Drake, I'm just asking a question also. What practical steps individuals and families can take to navigate this economic crisis? Idris, what do you think? Like,
listen, I tell people, get as much food as you can. There are a lot of pantries. Put aside your pride and go to the pantries and get whatever you can get from the pantries so it cuts off your expenses in the supermarket. Put pride aside.
exactly.
Put your
Like
pride aside.
beans and peas and lots of beans. Yes, porridge stuff. Pick up, get those things you can get it from the pantry.
Go
Yeah,
to the pantries, get your
true, true.
stuff, get as much as you can, and try to see how much you can get without spending. Turn off as many
Yeah,
lights as you can in your house so your electric
you're
bill
right. I'm
goes down a
gonna
little.
turn off this light
Plug
right
out
now
things
too.
that you have that you can plug out. Listen, you just got to start being rational, and you just got to start minimizing on the things that you can minimize on, because it's the reality of what we're doing now.
And listen to this, Idris.
You
I
see,
see
Deborah
no.
says
We
she
got
works in the mental health field. And I
uh-huh.
know Deborah is a nurse, and she says it's taking a mental toll on everyone. As soon as 3 or 4 get discharged, she got admissions the same day again. It really
Wow.
is. It really, really is breaking the minds of people. It really is. It really is. You know, I mean, it's a sad
Mm,
situation, and we just gotta face it because it's our new reality. It's our new reality.
yes,
So there is really nothing much you can do other than do your best to cut costs as much as possible. Because we can't fight the
right.
administration.
No,
We
we
can't fight the
can't.
administration. But the thing is, for me, like in a conversation we were having earlier, it's the people who put um administration in power. It's the people who put people in offices. And this is affecting everyone. Like I say again, we
Yeah.
thought that it would have only affected a certain class of people, and that is so not true.
Mhm.
We
True.
thought it would have
It's
affected a
not
certain race of
mhm,
people, and that is so
mhm.
not true. It is affecting every single race here
Every
in the
single
United States. Every person is being affected.
every area,
Every
every
person is going to
area.
be affected.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Drayton,
Every
I
area.
can't see nothing getting better in the next year. Not in the next year.
No,
Not
not in the next
within the
year.
next 12 months. No. I don't
Hi,
see that happening.
Mary.
I don't
Mm-hmm.
I don't see nothing better happening in the next 12 months. I really don't. I mean, I don't want to sound like a party pooper, but it's reality. I don't see nothing happening in the next 12 months. I really
Mm-hmm.
don't,
True.
you
It's
know.
not. It's impossible. We just gotta hold the faith, gotta do less spending,
You
cut corners,
I can
save the money.
foresee a lot of people losing their homes. I can foresee a lot of people losing their housing. I can foresee a lot of people losing their jobs. And this is the reality. This is the
Yeah,
reality.
it
You
is.
know,
It's the
it's not just trying to scare people or any such thing, but this is the reality. I'm encouraging people to start doing stuff from home. Whatever you're good at doing, start doing it. If you can cook, start cooking and selling some food. If you can bake,
Yep.
start baking and selling some bread, some cake, something. You gotta find ways to offset. You
Mhm.
know,
There is something that you can, whatever, and
I,
bringing that extra money,
like
bringing
I
that
said,
extra money.
when I first heard about all Trump was gonna do and everything, I'm like, yeah, thank God I'm safe from all of that. No, I'm not.
And
Unfortunately, I'm not safe
and that
from
is
none of
another
it.
part of the course. The first day he got into office, I was myself and even run the phone. She was like, "Gigi, this thing is not only affecting persons who are undocumented. Every they come in this fashion, and every time you, as I said, every time you open, go on and turn on the television. That is why now I just don't want to watch the news. I prefer to watch some kind of comedy because it's very very frustrating. For me, I'm honest with you guys. I'm not worried about a thing. I'm not worried because I continue to get up in the morning at 2 and 3 and 4 and pray, and I pray for everyone. And let me say this to you guys: I pray for every person that's connected to me. If you're connected to me in some way, whether you be my friend, you're my family, like how Egypt is connected to me, I pray for her. I pray for Maxine and her family. I pray. Once you're connected to me, I pray because I'm telling you. And that's one of the things that causes me not to worry anymore. I don't, I don't, I go to sleep, I eat, and God provides. But I'm telling you, it is gonna, it is affecting me in some way, not where I'm worried, but it's affecting me in a way where around you, you have people who are stressed and depressed. They're hurt. It's like they don't even know where to go next. So we just gotta continue
It
to
is
trust God.
devastating.
It,
It's
it, it,
devastating to
it is like
watch.
it's like a ghost. It's like a ghost just come appear and start chopping, stopping, killing, just right through,
It's
cutting it,
it's
destroying
devastating to
everything.
watch, and it's devastating, working in social services, you know, everybody's talking, everybody's coming to you, and it is so sad that you don't have a solution to give to people. You don't have a
Yeah,
solution to
yeah,
give to people.
yeah.
Everybody's coming asking questions. I hear
It's
they're
not
gonna cut
funny.
off food stamps. I hear they're gonna shut down social security. I hear they're gonna do that. All we can say is let's watch and see because we don't know what's coming next.
Yeah,
We don't know what's coming next. All I can say to them, listen, at this point, your social security is still active. Let's watch and see. When we get to that bridge, we're going to cross it. But, you can't give nobody no reassurances at this point because then what are you reassuring them of?
exactly.
What are you
That
reassuring
exactly.
them of? I can't say,
That's
oh, no,
what
don't worry
you're
about that.
saying
That's
about.
not going to happen. I can't say that to anybody.
No, you can't say that. You
I
don't know
can't
what's gonna
say
happen.
that because I don't know that. I don't know that. So, I just got to try my best to tell people, listen, no, at this point, you're okay. Let's check it. No,
Yeah,
everything is fine right now. We'll check it again next month and we'll check it again next month. And we can just go day by day, week by week, month by month. That's all we can do at this point. But like I say again, I want
yeah.
to encourage people, those of you who have a trade, get on that trade. Get on that
Absolutely,
trade.
absolutely. Work on it.
Whatever you're good
Get
at,
on.
get on it. Get on it. You
And
whatever
I
you're
want
good
to
at, get
encourage
on it.
and I want to encourage persons out there. Think about something that you know that's going to be in demand that people cannot do without. Don't do something that you know that you think that they might something that you know that people will need. Another thing you just I wanted to touch on, I wanted to talk about is um, people preparing for what is coming. Listen, I'm encouraging you guys. Stock up on a lot of water. Remember what happened in COVID? Stock up on a lot of water. Lots of toilet paper, medicine. Make sure you have flashlights. Make sure you have candles. Make sure you have those things because there's something coming. And first, a friend of mine reached out to me. She was telling me about it, and I was like, but no, more and more persons are hearing about it. Saying stock up on these things because a blackout is going to be here in the US and we will not be prepared. You know what is when you wake up and you can't turn your lights on? You can't even charge your phone. You won't have no internet connection. Everything's going to shut. some encouraging person, be prepared. Buy a lot, or even if you go to the pantry, go and get a lot of canned food, like sardine. If you eat sardine, get tuna. Pick up a lot of canned food. Stock up. Stock up on a
Beans,
lot
dry
of stuff.
beans, and
And make
stuff like
sure
that. Those
a lot
things
of water.
those things are available a lot in the pantries. The company I work for have a very big pantry, and
Mhm.
I encourage people get those things. Get those things. You understand?
And don't be afraid of it because
Yeah,
you better than
I
others
tell people
because
put pride aside, put shame aside. If
yes,
you can save,
yes,
$20 off of your grocery list, it's $20 in your savings. It's
mm-hmm.
$20 in your savings. So put pride aside. Whatever it is that you can get, go get it. We're facing some serious times. Times that we never thought
Yeah,
were gonna come, but they're here. So we just need to make sure that we get ourselves organized. Um, I see Drayton is saying, seems like the current government immigration policy is hitting the citizens extremely hard. What role does immigration play in sectors like agriculture, healthcare, and construction? A big role, because you know why egg price is so high? It's a lot
because
of those same immigrants that were manning those farms and all of those things. Nobody wants to go to work. Usually, you can get
that,
cleaning services. You go out by the Home Depot, there are a lot of women out there who asking you, Mom, do you need your house clean? Whatever. Now I got to clean my house.
that Gigi cleaning service.
You're right. But I'm just saying, jokes aside, you go out by the Home Depot, it's clean. You can't see
Mm-hmm.
nobody out there, nothing.
Yeah,
All the little services that were available to immigrants, you can't get none of that, which is why the supermarkets, the cashiers are gone.
yeah,
That's
because
why
those are
the
persons
cashiers
that
are
really
gone.
serve in the community. Mhm. And another thing, too, um, I was listening to a person from he made was on said it on the news that the jobs that were available for Americans, go get those jobs now because the immigrants are gone. They're not doing it anymore. They're not there anymore. So those jobs are available. But how many of them are going to go and do what the immigrants did? Now they're going to realize how important immigrants are. Yeah,
For
then now
me, if
they're
if
going to
if if people were here illegally, and to be honest, a lot of people come here just for a better life. We have the
mm-hmm,
few in between, you know,
mm-hmm,
that are plagues to society, but they're few. Most people
mm-hmm,
come here because they want a better life for themselves, for their families. Most
absolutely.
people come here for
Hey,
that purpose.
Jackie, good evening. Thanks for joining. Jackie, can you share the live so that we can have more persons coming to this discussion, especially for those persons who are living here in the US? We are really, having this discussion for them. So, Jackie, we ask you to please share the live.
It's really a sad thing to see, how people are afraid to
Oh,
send
really?
our
I've
children to
never seen that.
school.
Did you see the what
Actually,
Jackie
she
said?
said, yeah, a day without a
Yeah.
Mexican. I,
Yes.
I I'm gonna go look for that movie, but I'm saying, like it's sad to see. Even my son was sharing with me, and he said that, quite a few of his friends aren't in school.
What?
Quite a few of his friends aren't in school. Now their immigration status because they're no longer coming to school. It's just a sad situation. But like I was saying before, you just gotta be prepared. If you have a trade, and I'm gonna tell you something, clothes,
Wow.
the price of clothes are gonna skyrocket,
The price of
because
what?
with the price of clothing is gonna skyrocket
Okay.
with the
Okay.
tariffs that has been
Oh, yes.
imposed on
That's
China.
another thing, too. Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
price of clothes, because guess what? Now those tariffs are gonna be added into,
Yes.
because China is not gonna pay those tariffs. We are. So
No,
for
you're not
those
gonna
of us who shop online and stuff like that, and even the people that import the clothes for the stores and stuff, even those things are gonna say if you're a seamstress and you can sew, get on that machine. It's a trade to jump on right now.
but I can't sew for save my life.
It's a trade to get on board with right now because the prices for everything is gonna go skyrocketing.
Oh
Everything,
my God.
everything is gonna become so expensive. Life is gonna become hard. Life
Yeah,
is
it
gonna
is.
become really hard.
We get we're creeping up right there. We're
You
creeping
know,
up. We get it's
all
it's getting
those,
there.
all those people could have gone and gotten insurance if they're not legal and all of that. All of that, it's gonna affect people because it's no longer gonna happen. It's no longer gonna happen. Then what gonna happen when people sick? And right now it's starting to happen because people are afraid to go to the doctor. People afraid to go to the hospitals when they're sick for fear
Yeah,
of ICE running in. People are afraid to
yeah,
go to church because there is no safe haven anymore.
right,
You're not safe
exactly.
anywhere anymore. So I say again,
Uh,
you know, for those of us who might have felt like, oh, this is not going to affect me because I'm a citizen. I don't have anything to worry about. Yes, it's affecting us. Because of that, it's a trickle down effect.
it's a
The
trickle down
prices have
domino,
gone
and
all
that's
over the
what was
place.
yeah, that's what I was telling my sister. It's a domino effect. You know, like back in the days when you go to church, when you put one bench fall, and the whole thing going down, so everybody going
Yep.
down. And I said to her, I said, think about it, and that's what's happening right now. It's trickling down to everybody. Everybody, even you, from the top to the bottom, everybody who are business owners, if you're a business owner, you're, you're working with those persons that have business, you are going to be affected also. Because a lot of people can't go to work. They can't go to work because if I go to work, they need to start to come. So it's like they're putting a squeeze and a lock on every, a locking you out, and squeezing the life out of you every single where, everywhere,
Jackie, girl,
everywhere.
listen to me. Jackie, it's not only true for us brown skin folks. I'm telling you, it's not just true for us black and brown. This is affecting everybody because the rising cost of living is not only affecting the black, the brown, and the immigrants, it's affecting everybody across the board. Everybody.
Absolutely. That's a,
So many people have lost their jobs black, white, Chinese, every race. Every race. All those agencies that were shut, don't trust and believe me, it's not only black and brown in those agencies. There are whites, there are Indians, there are Chinese, there are all races that are being affected by this. So, like I said, we are all affected. We are all affected by
so
this. Good
my
night, Kendra. Thank
let
you
me
for
bring you into
joining.
this live.
You know,
Yeah,
it's gonna affect
yeah.
every single person, you know.
I
So
would like
we just gotta.
I would like to bring Kendra into this live. I want to hear what is it that she also has to add to this
And the
conversation. She lives here
schools,
in New York.
and she's
Yeah,
in the
I'm in the
school, she's in the
school.
school system,
Right. Let me
you
bring
know, she's
Kendra.
in the
Kendra,
school
is it okay
system. This is
for us to
it
bring you
is
in?
oh
Let me just
man,
indicate to us. Just indicate
it's
to us if we can bring you into the live. And I'll be asking you, Kendra, to please share so that person to just indicate to us. Doesn't know us do the dance, not on the YouTube. So you could do that now. Yeah, so in the meanwhile, people, of course, we made some bad points. Exactly. When you go grab that, that's what to do. Can we bring you into the Lighthouse Center because we want to know what's going on in the schools because I know you're a teacher, and what have you noticed is happening in your school, your surroundings? Just let us know if you can send your request and bring you in.
listen,
Yes, you're easy.
there are changes that have already started happening in insurance policies. Um, a lot of changes have started happening. a lot of benefits are changing in both
Yes.
Medicaid and Medicare. And,
Mhm.
like I said, this
Yes.
this it's gonna be really, really rough and tough. Good evening, Dion.
Good night,
Thank you for
y'all.
watching. It's gonna be really tough.
Okay, Kendra, we bring your chat
Um,
through. Just want to
yeah,
hear what
Kendra,
you.
it's just gonna be for a few because we're about to jump
Not
off
for
in a
long.
quick
We're not
minute.
going to be on here long either. But
Yeah, we're
everybody
about to
likes to
jump
get
off
ready
in a
for
quick
school.
minute.
Yeah. Yeah. So that would be so. There's a lot in this.
Everybody
There's a
talking.
lot, and
Oh,
people are gonna
and the
die. A lot of
crazy
people
thing
are
is
gonna.
that people are making a joke of it. And you hear people laughing and talking, pack up your thing them, you're there in America living like a big gal, and you're undocumented and cursing other people out and all kinds of crazy stuff. Hey,
Mm,
you're gonna be affected too, girlfriend. You're gonna be affected too, boyfriend. It's not just the undocumented, it's every one of us who lives here in the United States. Every last one of
absolutely.
us. Because as prices skyrocket, our pockets are hit.
Mm-hmm.
We can ill afford certain things. The prices for everything have gone up. I usually buy the sugar-free ice cream. I went to get one on Friday. I was like, wait, it's very price of this ice cream raise. It's when this ice cream
And you,
price go up.
and the thing, listen, and you don't even realize the thing is just keep up on
I
you.
am telling you, I said, wait. I usually used to pay three something for the ice cream. The ice cream is $5 and some cents. It's gone up by $2. So
It
it's not just the undocumented who are going to be. Listen to me. I encourage people, pay attention, read, watch the news as the policies come up. Read the
you just start
changes that the
laughing at
policies
people.
are gonna affect. Read the changes because there are changes that are gonna be happening, and you're gonna be unaware of it if you don't follow
Mhm.
the news. As you hear about something on the news, go do some research on it and educate yourself. Right now,
Thank
education
you.
is the key.
That's what I do.
Education
Yeah.
is the
Because
key
sometimes
right
I may
now.
not know.
Educate yourself.
I
We
may
get
not
sent
know what to
policies and
know.
stuff all the time at work. And every time they come in, I print them out and I post them for my residents. And as they come, I have conversations with them. So there is a new change happening. This
Yeah,
is what's
so
going
you
on.
gotta
And I
come out with
educate them.
swipe out and
you
swipe back
know
in. Come
so
out and come back
don't be laughing at
alive.
nobody that's
And there we
undocumented,
go.
and don't be throwing shade, and don't be cursing nobody, because this is no joke. This is
This is not a joke.
absolutely no joke. Children
Yeah.
are losing their parents. You understand?
Yes.
Children are losing their parents. There are children who are currently considered orphans right now in this country because both mother and father has been picked up and sent back to wherever. And now they're here with no parents. So this is not a joke. This is not something to laugh about. This is not something to curse anybody about. It's no joke. Let's think about those
Not a joke.
children who need their
Yeah.
parents. You know, let's think
Absolutely.
about it, and let's think about ourselves and how we are affected by all of these changes that are happening. Because trust me, I
Absolutely.
have already felt the effect. Because when I went to that supermarket and I saw that tray eggs for $28, you gotta see. Because it was $27.97, I think. I could not believe my eyes. But guess what? I had to buy it
Yeah.
because I needed it. So, like I said, when I would go to the grocery store and I would buy $100 worth of stuff that's gonna last me for the next 2 weeks until I get paid in. If the eggs alone is $28, the eggs alone is
Yeah.
$28. That just leaves me with what? $62.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do maths too good.
Mm-hmm.
But how much have it left me with? It's not enough. That's what I want to say. It's
Exactly.
not enough. Hey,
It's,
Kendra,
we
Hi,
need
good
to
night.
reinforce it. Hi, Kendra. Good evening, Lord. How are you?
I am
the
fine,
dancer,
thank you.
the
How you all
dancer.
doing?
I see she dancing and cleaning. I know much work she get done. Because with all the dancing she
Listen,
be dancing, me know much work she do.
listen. My work was finished and I cooked as well. Good.
The girl. Happy girl.
Good evening,
It's so
ladies.
Again,
true,
Happy
Jackie.
New
So
Year.
good
true.
Happy
evening.
Valentine's.
Thank you, my love. Thank you.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. So,
Yes.
Kendra, know
I
you
as
into the conversation with her. You hear what we're talking about.
yes. Honestly, when I get home in the afternoons, the first thing that I do after I sit and I just recuperate, catch my breath, and so on, I put on the television to look at the news because I feel like if I'm living in an uncertainty, like you don't know what you will hear on the news when you turn it on every day. It's something new, something contrary, some whirlwind, and
Yeah.
and and you're feeling the effects in the markets. You're feeling the effects from the students because parents are frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
And good night, Philip. And you're feeling the effects, um, even even in the community.
Yeah.
You know, everybody is tense. Everybody just feeling that you're just feeling this tension. And the only way right now to exist is through God, through
Yeah.
prayer and planning.
Yep.
Through
Strategic
prayer and
planning.
Right,
planning.
right,
Strategic
Exactly.
planning.
right.
Because
Strategic planning.
the thing I was looking at the news and I've seen this on different news, and they're saying all these people that they scoop up and they deported, all these farms, you know, are left without workers. And
Mm-hmm.
they're saying
Yeah.
that when they try to employ Americans, either they don't want the job because they're saying it's too hard,
Mm-hmm.
or, excuse me, or they they want more breaks than work.
And
They
the
never with the
14 days
work.
off and all these things.
And they're looking for a lot of money too.
Yes,
What they used to pay, what they used to pay the undocumented workers, they can't pay them the same thing.
right.
They gotta
So it's
pay them
like
a living wage.
so like it's there's no balance out. There is no balance out. So you really gotta be strategic in your planning.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's definitely going to take more preparation in the home. You have to be a little bit more circumspect with your buying,
Yep.
and you got to make your stuff last. You know, it's better to now buy in bulk and put up because
Mm-hmm.
going to the
And,
market every weekend can't cut it.
Nope.
Can't cut it at
Trust me,
all.
Kendra. Trust me on that, girl. Trust me on that. I can
and this
speak
is
on
one of
that
the things.
personally.
Mhm.
Yes.
One of the things I want to say, so, a lot of times we as Guyanese, let's talk about our diet, us Guyanese. We cannot, we love our vegetables. For me, I know I love my vegetables. My or my pumpkin, my curry, I know whatever. And when you go into the supermarket or into the fruits and vegetables, you see it's very pricey. What I want to encourage persons to do is to make sure that you have the kind of vitamins. Make sure you can back it up because of the kind of food. You may not be able to eat vegetables for something too. Make sure you have all the vitamins,
But Gigi,
vitamin E, vitamin C, all the
but
different
Gigi,
vitamins to back it up.
I want you to know
Mhm.
there. I won't say um all of them, but a lot or the majority of Caribbean people I know, they still shop like they're home. They buy a
Mm.
lot of greens and that kind of
Yes.
stuff. And it's no cheap nothing. Before all of this and all of that, greens is a big man in the market.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
a big
Yes.
man in the market. I used to Bora is one of my favorites. Bora and okra is one of my
Okay.
favorite two of my favorite greens I should say that I love to buy. Bora is at 6.99 a pound.
Like I was
Mm-hmm.
telling you, remember I told you guys
And
earlier?
Mm-hmm.
and the
Pick some
bunch,
up.
the bundle,
Go to the
this
place.
small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
I
small.
was telling you guys
Six strands of
earlier.
boro. Six strands of boro in the bundle. Six strands of boro in the bundle.
Yes,
You
yes.
know, I see, hold on. I see Drayton is asking a very important question that Donald Trump has taken a stance against the LGBTQ community and how is it affected. So far, I have not seen much about the LGBTQ community and the policies. I know that he has put a pause on passports, and he is saying that those passports that carry the X are invalid.
Birth
It must
certificate
have
and birth
it,
certificates
and the
too.
birth certificate said it
Yes.
must have male or
Or
female.
female.
If it doesn't
Right.
have those, then it's invalid. I know he has also said that any LGBTQ person under the age of 18, they don't have a right
To
to
choose
claim a gender other than
what they right.
other than
Other than what they
the birth
born with.
gender.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess you're gonna see and hear a lot more. Juneteenth is coming up. That's one of the holidays that he has canceled. um, he said Juneteenth is no longer a valid holiday and will no longer be celebrated. Black History Month is not. But hey, we celebrating Black because I Black still, and my history
Mhm.
still stands. So Black History is
Absolutely.
on for me. You know.
Listen to me. It's the same script, different cast.
Yeah.
It's the
Same script,
same
different
script,
cast.
different cast.
Yep.
And I always say I'm not downplaying the slavery um that the Africans faced in America, but we struggle. We get the blunt of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got the tail end.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
400 years we had it for.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like I said, I haven't seen much on the LGBTQ policies. I don't know how it has affected people so far because there has not been much public outcry
I
so
think there's
far
a
Right.
lot of hush hush on it.
From the LGBTQ community. But I guess they're gathering their stuff together because they don't play to go to Congress. They do not play to go stand up and defend what they believe, are their rights. So I guess at this
But
point
I
we
would
just
say,
have to wait and
truthfully
see.
speaking, Idris, truthfully speaking, I don't think people know, like, people have that motivation now to say what they're gonna go and do because they're looking at all these things that are happening just one after the other, and
And
it's
they don't know what's coming next. So
exactly
at this point to
you
take
don't
a
know
stand and
what
say this is
angle,
what
what
we're gonna do, and then tomorrow something changes.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So at this
So that's
point there it's
well,
just a waiting
that is
game.
very important people. That is
It's
true.
at this point it's just a
A
waiting
waiting
game
game.
as we wait to see what's gonna happen tomorrow. Because
And I
every
really
time you
want to
wake up it's
encourage,
something new.
I really want to encourage this message that Sylvia W. Charter, and that's what I've been saying all the time. Allow God to be your protector. I agree
Yeah.
with her, and that's what I've been saying all the time. And let me say this to you. Let me say this to you guys. Don't run with the taxation of this man. God allow these things to happen because He wants our attention also. I may be wrong, but I know I'm right. For other people, I may be wrong, but I know that I'm like, God wants our attention. The Word of
Yep.
God says, I like to use the Word of God. The Word of God says, unless my people who are covered in it humble themselves and
And come to me.
come
And
before me,
pray
come to
and
me
turn
and
from their
pray
wicked
and
ways.
turn from your wicked ways,
Yes.
then we hear and answer us from heaven.
Then he's
I
gonna hear
believe in
from
the Word of God.
heaven
Yep.
Yeah, we're
and
going to
heal
hear
the
from
land.
heaven and
Yep.
heal the land. So
You know,
we want
today in church,
Mhm.
today in church, the pastor preached about Solomon in First Kings, and he was comparing. He was saying that Solomon was a very good king, for what we understand and all these things. But Solomon had a weakness and so on for women,
Mm-hmm.
and he allowed his weakness, to make to infiltrate him or infiltrate his surroundings, and then all his idol worship and all of that came in and so on. And there was a part in the scripture that said that that even though he was a good king, he did not he was not as good or was not considered as good as David, because even though David made mistakes as well, David still had the Lord in his heart. He still knew that when he was wrong, that he could turn to the God, and he took all his sins to God. And that is what we always forget. Nobody has a clean slate. Every
No.
day, in some form, way, or thought, we always sin. But the thing is that God wants us always to remember that He is there for him, for us to call on Him. He is waiting for that call.
Yeah.
And if we don't call on Him, He cannot answer.
I see Drayton asking you a question, Kendra.
Baba, Salman say
Drayton is
hi,
asking
and
you a question.
why? Hola. Drayton, not me and you tonight. Because I think you, Drayton, want to be a Solomon, but not me.
But he asked you a question before he made that statement, Kendra.
Wait, we question there.
Go
I
back home.
seen it. Wait. Kendra, you just mentioned that Africans endure over 400 years of slavery, yet their contributions have been instrumental in building the United States. Given the latest policies that are affected, hold on, gosh, I don't like that on phone. Given the latest policies that are affecting many people across the country, how do you think the communities are feeling today? Additionally, what do you believe will
Will
their
be the
next course of
next course of
action
action in
in
response to these
response to these
changes.
changes? Honestly, I really feel that as a people, as an as a group of African people, we really don't stand up for our words. You know,
We
some of
give
us
in
believe in what we
easily.
believe in, and a lot of us say, look, whatever's to happen is to go. You know, and we don't stand up for what we really believe in. If we had more coffees and more demons, you know, we would be so. I'm not saying that we haven't come a long way, but I really feel that we've become a passive people.
And
We have
to
become
be
a
honest,
passive people.
if we look at the policies that are being implemented, it's taking us back.
Yes,
It's taking
yes,
us backwards.
yes.
The policies that are being implemented, it's really gonna affect the Black and brown communities because
That
those policies that are being
mm.
put in place are not in our favor. You know,
And that's
Exactly.
what it's hurt me when I'm in the classrooms, because I can be blatant and fair to say that, you see, when I'm in the classroom, my class got 28 students. Out of that 28, I might have 6 whites, I might have like 3 Indians, I might have um 5 Spanish or 10 Spanish, and the rest might be black. And believe you me, I'm not saying that they ain't gonna got, you know, those from the other
races.
ethnic
Mhm.
groups that they aren't gonna have, you know, a few mischief makers. But when you check it out, it is our children, our children. I stand up one day and I'm begging, I'm saying, why are you not taking this education seriously? Take what you're getting seriously. They are almost on their way to taking Black history out of the system, out of the curriculum. No,
Completely out. Completely
completely.
out. Then
And
my granddaughter who is coming here is not gonna know anything about Black history.
hmm, and let me tell you, when you see you talk to these children, they got the most back chat. They got the most ignorance to tell you. You see, I want teach in my class. I tell them, don't come to my class with bro. They ain't got no bro. And my this and my that and my that. No, we speaking properly in my classroom. None of that. We are having that. We will be the people that we are supposed to be. We're not going to fall into the world. If you want to speak street when you in the street, not in my
Yeah,
room, not in
that's
my
right.
classroom.
That's right.
I tell them, I said, I'm more than kings and queens in here. And we are not going to be speaking like we don't have any knowledge and we don't know things. We're going to speak like we do, you know? And it's exhausting me that when I come home, but it's only because I care. You understand? There are teachers who don't care. They could talk from now till tomorrow. They talk the nonsense. They don't do the work. They don't do the work. But because I have that care in me, because I know where I came from, it was teachers who infiltrated me to make a change in my life. I didn't born with a gold spoon and grow with a gold spoon, but it was education that paved my way out. And I know that education can pave the way out for many others. And this is the thing, you don't get, you know, long ago, you had supportive parents. You had support on the streets. I mean, people might say scolding and these kind of thing, and I had the thing about scolding, but there's an extent to where I had loved the fact that discipline was not only at home, it wasn't only in school, but it was in the community. Because any auntie see on the road doing anything out of the
But
ordinary,
then the
you
village
understand?
raised the children, Kendra. No longer. No longer.
That's
The
what I'm
village
saying.
raised the
It's
children back then.
right. Any auntie see you doing anything out of the ordinary, you don't want auntie see, because if auntie only talk, if auntie only talk. But now, listen, this is the one that like to come with. Teacher yelled at me. So when you see the parents jump on the phone to say, "Oh, you yelled," and so I said, "We don't know that this Department of Education employing mad people. No teacher gonna walk in the room bright early morning and yell at students.
That's right.
Your children must have been doing something out of the ordinary if the teacher speaking in all monotones and you're not hearing, then you gotta raise your tone because you're
Mm-hmm.
not hearing. So I don't know what you're talking about yelling. And I give them it good and proper. They don't want stories with me because
You
I
know,
let them know. I said, as parents, you have to stand up for parents and don't want to be these children's friend. And we have to hold them accountable. And if we don't hold our children, especially with what is going on, we will lose them. We will lose
Mhm.
them.
you
Absolutely.
know, I see Drayton asks, he said, additionally, what do you believe will be their next course of action in response to these changes? To be honest, I think that even administration, like, the mayors and the representatives, everybody is just waiting because at this point, it's one thing today and then next thing tomorrow, one thing today. But in the community, what I can tell you, desperation is in the air. You
Yes,
can
most
sense
definitely.
a air of
Uh,
desperation because you know what? Jobs are being lost. That's one. Cost of living is rising. That's
yep,
two.
yep,
And there is an employment freeze
yep,
across the board. So no
yep.
hiring is taking place. So if you lose your job today, you don't have no place that you can go apply for no position right now. There's an employment freeze.
Yep.
So I
There
can
is
feel an air
also
of desperation.
there's also been a drop in teachers in the field of teaching because
Wow.
people don't want to go into the system anymore because of the battery and all of that. And then there's also talks of taking out the Department of Education. So
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
that now
Very
Everything is
sad one.
every,
uncertainty.
everything is in limbo, and you don't know
Yeah,
from
you're
whence you
living
came, where
in
you're
a
going,
time
where
of
you're coming.
uncertainty.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
You know, I
Yep.
I I can tell you, like, as you walk down the road, as you drive, you just see young men standing and they seem so lost.
Wow.
They seem so lost. I was at my son's school in a
Mhm.
meeting, and parents are asking administration, what can I do? What can I do? Because all these little work study program and stuff, they're grants.
Yep.
They're
Good night,
grants.
Mom.
They're no longer available. All the programs that the children, could have gone to after school and stuff, they're all in a
We the
limbo.
people. Drayton said, "We the people must never forget where true power lies. Our government is elected by the citizens and exists to serve them, regardless of how successful a democratic
Good night,
system may be.
Holly.
If the government acts against the interests of the people, it is within their right to remove and replace it." Well, that is true, Drayton, but it's kind of a little late for that right now.
But the thing is, like
we
I
are
said,
live
even
we are living in the results of what we did.
but even the policymakers, even those who are in authority in offices like your senators and your governors, they're all waiting.
Yep.
Right now, it's just a waiting game because nobody wants to make the first jump. and then they make the wrong jump. So right now everybody's waiting and everybody's watching, waiting on someone else to make the first move, and then they're gonna follow.
That
You
is
know,
so true. That is
it's
so
just a
true.
waiting game. It's just and Drayton, I understand what you're saying, that the power is in the hands of the people. But here in the United States, you have to get leaders and to mobilize a protest and all of that. There is so much red tape and all of these things that you have to cut through before
Yes.
you can do something. Like, because you find yourself sitting in jail.
Exactly. Exactly.
You find yourself
Yep.
sitting in jail, run one wrong move. And with ice on
Yep.
the road right now, ain't nobody want to go there because people are saying, "Oh, I only got a green card. Me never gonna take back me green card."
And you know
It's
much
right,
inches of snow coming soon. So
right. I
Yeah.
people
mean,
are going
listen,
out.
Oh, that's another big thing in that. I love that the fact that we said that Edward, it's coming. It's gonna get a pile up of snow. Look the amount of snow we getting already. Right? What's going on? We
Yes.
we
tell you,
having
It's ridiculous.
when I come home on Fridays and I park, I don't move again till Monday morning.
not
I
a lot
don't go
of
nowhere.
snow.
I don't
I
go
haven't seen so
nowhere.
much
Mm.
snow.
I don't go nowhere. I come home and I stay home and I wake up Monday to go to work. Thank God tomorrow I don't have to wake up to go to work. I have to until Tuesday.
Thank God no school tomorrow. And
Yep.
hopefully snow day Wednesday.
Girl, I pray for snow
But
day Wednesday myself.
let's put this guy. Let's know.
Catch the
What
rest when you can catch it.
the last and final thing I want us to talk about is the sanctuary state. And of course, we all know that New York and Chicago, they are the two sanctuary states. Have you seen what's going? Do you see what's going on in New York?
Well, I can tell you one thing.
And,
Mayor Adams
mhm.
has sold out New York.
Thank you,
There is
man.
no
You put it
sanctuary in
right
New
in the
York
mouth.
right now.
There is no sanctuary
He
there.
threw the whole immigrant posse under the bus.
Everybody, from
He
getting
dash
there,
away everybody. He said,
everybody.
I'll you take them. I can tell all you where to find them. Y'all just don't jail me. Just don't jail me. Eric said
Tell
right there is every man for themselves.
every
I can
man
take
for
me,
themselves.
I can take me little saving. Y'all listen, y'all go in this church, for them is there in there. Y'all go every man for
I mean,
himself.
laughing, but you gotta laugh, because this
I
Every
heard they
man
were
for
in
himself.
Bobby's today. I heard they were in Bobby's today.
Yeah, it's sad. It's just
what
Yes,
sad. It's just sad. It's just sad. It's
I
just sad. There
understand
is
your
in New
point.
no
York?
However, if
sanctuaries
governments
anymore.
are not held accountable, the same democratic process grants them power can ultimately become a tool of control, restricting the very citizens, hold on, who empower them. That all of
And
that is
it's
so true,
true.
Drayton, but I believe that everybody's in a watching mode right now. They don't know what to expect because it's not like
And to be
it's
honest, I don't even
not
know.
like you could read what's the next
But
move.
Kendra,
You
the question goes to ask: are we even in a democracy at this point in time here in the United States?
true, true.
Because now you got to be careful what you say. You got
Yep,
to be careful what you do. So many constitutions are being ignored. So
yep.
we got to ask the question: are we really still in a
Democracy.
democracy here in the United States?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of our constitutional rights are being stripped. And
Mm-hmm.
the Constitution is what the democracy of the nation was really built upon.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
So
absolutely.
At
the
least if it's
question is,
one thing that we knew, I should say, was that we could stand to law and we could say, oh, in the amendment, it is said, this is said, and that is said, and we could stand to it. But even that now, we don't know
now
where we stand in.
executive orders are being passed that override a lot of those constitutions.
Constitution, yeah.
They
Mm-hmm.
can't, they can't, they can't eradicate the Constitution, but an executive order can be passed that
Yes, Miss Mary, I heard
overrides
that
it.
one.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's
Mm-hmm.
so we still gotta ask the question: are we living in a democratic nation still? Are we still a democratic nation with all of those executive orders that have been passed
Yep.
that now overrides some of the constitutions on which
Yep.
the democracy was really built?
Hmm.
Wow. Okay, there was Sharon said. Everybody understand
Yep.
people
True.
hard shopping.
People not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's true, Sharon. So
People
so
not
true,
going anywhere.
so true. Nobody not
Not.
going anywhere. Nobody not doing anything. People are afraid to spend because they don't know what's coming next.
Yep.
So
Yep.
people are afraid to spend anything because should I spend my money? I don't know what's coming next. And I'll be honest with you, when it comes to the immigration policy, for people who would have came here legally and have a I-94 stamp or what you call a landing in their passport, I advise people go home. Don't let it deport you.
Yeah,
Just catch a flight and go home. You could always get another visa and come back because you weren't deported,
right.
Yep.
So listen, it's just so much. We're gonna try to see if we can get
Let's
an
say your
immigration
guy your
lawyer.
money stash off.
We're gonna try to see if we get an immigration lawyer to come on board and have some conversations for those of our listeners and viewers who may have immigration issues going on, just for advice and talk to you
Yes.
guys and share a little bit of input on what can and cannot be done and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's a
Um.
sad it's a
Um.
sad status
This
situation right now.
council. Well, he's running for council. A former brother of mine in the Salvation Army Church. He's running for. I think that's District 61. Huh? Which is actually Bedford Stuyvesant side, that area there. He had an immigration lawyer on like 2 Sundays back on his program, and she was very, very, very informative. She really went deep. She
Yeah.
told, she said, ensure that you have your identification on you. Ensure, even if, let's say, you're having a case pending and so on. She said, walk with the receipt, have the receipt on you or something. Have a photograph of your ID. Never leave home without having your identification.
Listen, I
Because
have
she,
my son walking with his passport card that shows he's a US citizen. You
yes,
hear?
yep,
I have
yep.
my
She said,
son with his
ensure.
passport card, even though he has a state ID, it doesn't say that he's a US citizen. He has that passport card that says United States citizen. You understand?
Yep,
Just as a safeguard, because you never know. They run into
yep,
the school and they just grab and they grab and they grab. My son has that passport card in his wallet. I mean, it's sad that you have to resort to those measures, but hey, it's the reality of the world we're in today.
yep,
Like I said, we're gonna try to get an immigration lawyer to come and talk with you guys
yeah.
and have conversation because I know many people have
And
questions.
she
Many,
was
many people have
explaining
questions.
one thing I found very, very important. She was explaining that if the difference between being stopped by a police officer and being stopped by an immigration officer. She said a police officer do not have the right to ask you about your status.
Right,
The police officer can ask you for identification,
right.
but they cannot ask you about status. The immigration officer can ask you about status.
Right.
And she said because people don't know the law and so on, that's how a lot of them get swindled and so forth, and they can just scoop you up even though you might got your identification and all of that, and just take you there, and without even getting your hearing through your legal channels and all of that. So
Yeah.
she had a lot. I really have to look for the document. She actually gave us a link with a document of all the do's and don'ts, and so it was very, very informative. So that would be a real good thing, Idris, for
Yeah.
us to get someone to come on.
Connected to her. Yeah, connected to her. Yeah. All right.
So,
So,
guys,
We had a very good discussion here tonight, so we know one also let you guys know. I don't know if the girls have anything else they want to close with, or I give you guys.
No, you know, thank you, Kendra, for joining us. No,
You're
thank
welcome.
everyone who came on, and contributed to the conversation. Like we
Yes.
always say on the Gigi show, we can't do this without our listeners. We can't do this without our viewers. We can't do this without you guys engaging with us. You know, without you guys, we can't do anything. So we thank you guys for joining us. It was an interesting conversation.
Yes.
And, I mean, you're hearing a lot of these conversations everywhere. You're hearing a lot of these conversations everywhere. There's a lot of fear in the air. A lot of
Mhm.
Yeah.
fear, because, and it's the fear of the unknown. People don't know what's coming next. People don't know what's happening. You wake up today, you wake up tomorrow, you can be without a job, you know, and it's just a lot of fear. It's just a lot of fear.
Yeah.
I just want to encourage you guys, keep the faith.
And this
Keep the
is the time
faith.
to turn to the
Keep
Lord. If you didn't
the
know him as your
faith.
Lord and Savior, this is a good time to make right with him.
Yeah, keep the
Yeah,
Make
faith.
right
Trust
with him
God.
and draw near.
Yeah.
absolutely. And I want to say also encourage everyone out who's listening to us. I want to encourage you to take some time up to get up in the morning, just don't leave your home without not commanding your day. Protection as the blood of Jesus to cover you, to protect you. Do it because let me tell you something. You've got to get back into the attitude of prayer. And I think that's what God wants from us. Get into the attitude of prayer. And I want to let you guys know also that the TV show will be starting very soon this week coming. We'll be coming with our first topic. And I'm encouraging everyone here to like the GD show page. Encourage someone, invite someone to even like the GD show page. As we're going to be streaming from this page every so often, every week, twice a week,
Tuesdays
we'll be joining
and Thursdays.
on Thursday.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to those good conversations. We will be getting back into those interesting topics, relationships, marriage, sex, everything. We'll be talking a little bit about everything. So we're inviting you to please share this live, and I want to
Wow.
encourage you guys to stay safe, cover yourself. Every morning as I said, I get up, I pray, I cover, I send the Holy Spirit before me in the train, the bus, wherever I go. And I encourage
Mm-hmm.
you guys to do the same thing. Pray to not leave. No one is safe anymore. No one is safe. I encourage you. And I think that's one of the reasons because we could not, I am not afraid of absolutely nothing. So I'm encouraging you guys to do the
Yep.
same. Thank you guys
Yep.
for joining us. Have yourself a beautiful rest of the evening. We will bring you back a Tuesday. And our show is not going to be for long, just for like an hour. We're not going to be speaking too long. But we will have a good interest. These things that and as Kendra, like we're going to give it to be on an immigration lawyer and interest so that we can have some discussion to bring some more information to you. Hey guys, thanks for joining us. Share the live, invite someone to like the details and let's keep on rocking. Don't give up. Have
Bye,
a
guys.
good night. Bye bye. Have a good night.